What is going on, everyone? Badger here, and it happened. It finally happened because I know you, just like me, probably tired of hearing who is going to buy Warner Brothers, short of a miracle, because Netflix has already backed out and said they're not going to offer more money. If you haven't heard about it already, hopefully you watched my video on it yesterday. But yeah, Netflix concedes they are not paying more money. They said their thing about, well, we thought we were more value, but yeah, it is what it is, and we're more than happy to let another company overpay for something. We will not be offering a higher offer than the new deal from Paramount to Warner Brothers, $31 a share, paying all the fines they're going to have to pay, and it looks like we are going forward with this. So the big question is, and if someone is telling you a definitive answer to this, they are either misinformed or they are trying to misinform you. So too long didn't read. Is James Gunn out now? No, he's probably not out. At least all indications that we have had is that Paramount is looking to, at least in the interim, at least for the short term, keep on the creative team of James Gunn and Peter Safran, at least while they're sorting everything out. But there are some heavy stipulations to that, i.e., the petulant man-child, king of Babylon, James Gunn, might not like having people tell him what to do, and he most certainly would. So I had to dig deep for this, but I did find the articles talking about this. Now, it really seems like every article I found is just referencing this Bloomberg article from 2025 in October. I'm not paying money to them to gain access to it, but that's all right because all these other sites are going to cite it. So Paramount keen to keep WB Studios heads, including DC Studios, if successful in bid, and they now are successful in that. And again, all comes from Bloomberg, but yes, that looking like they are in fact willing to keep them. You can see here down at the bottom, they're all referencing the same Bloomberg, and they all basically say the same thing. So right here in the Bloomberg article from this one, it says sources allegedly close to the Paramount heads planning, Ellison wants to keep WBD intact if a merger is finalized, noting he wants to keep the creative teams of the two studios while consolidating some of the marketing and distribution. That would mean Ellison would be looking to keep DC Studios and Gunn and Safran and Warner Brothers Motion Picture Group's Michael DeLuca and Pamela Abdi. Now, we saw their contracts since this article has come out. They have been renewed for many more years, and that is probably going to be the same for Gunn, again, with heavy stipulations. In addition, the report claims that Ellison would be looking to combine HBO Max and Paramount Plus into one streaming service. Also, Ellison reportedly isn't planning to sell or spin off the cable networks of the two businesses, with CBS News and CNN seen as being able to complement each other's news coverage. And on the news front, we've heard that they just want to return to, if it's even possible, facts on the ground reporting, journalistic integrity, and all the things that most of the mainstream media has already lost. As for Gunn, and then keeping him on, this is just my prediction. No one knows for sure. And that was the last we heard about it, was the Bloomberg article saying that, yeah, he intends to keep them on. The heavy stipulations are he will not be able to do whatever he wants. He will not be able to greenlight whatever he wants, and he will have to give them a plan. Again, that's my assumption based on how, and a lot of people like to blame Paramount for the Halo show and Starfleet Academy. And if you're talking about the previous Paramount administration, you would be correct. But this is the one after the Skydance merger that had no part in that. And the biggest fail that they have had so far is losing Taylor Sheridan, who was a proven success. And how did they lose him? They gave him notes. They wanted him to do certain things that he didn't like. So if Taylor Sheridan, who literally could write his ticket, and he wrote it all the way over to NBC Universal for millions of dollars, billions of dollars. If they're giving him notes, I assure you they will be giving James Gunn notes. Specifically, probably like, do your Batman, do your Wonder Woman, do it now. Instead, we are stuck with Clayface and Wonder Woman, we wish, Clayface and Supergirl, and that Lantern show that's going to come out with an older Jon Stewart who's probably all grizzled and upsetty spaghetti, and the white supremacists as the villains. That's all going downhill. There is a reason. I think James sees the writing on the wall that he's not going to get his way anymore. It's why, instead of doing all those other things that he announced and having a bunch of different people, they've all basically just been James Gunn Productions, Peacemaker, Creature Commandos. even Supergirl, not written or directed by him, looks like Guardians. So he's gonna get his Man of Tomorrow. I think we see now why he rushed it and went from, before he even went there, saying he had no interest in doing a Superman movie, to doing a Superman movie, to doing straight to a sequel that he says is not a sequel, Man of Tomorrow, starring him and Lex Luthor. So yeah, will James be staying long enough to probably see all the things he's greenlit fail and maybe get to do Man of Tomorrow? Probably, but I don't think he's staying very long after that. Just because the whole reason he said yes to the Warner Brothers thing was because he was in charge and he would not be in charge under Paramount. So yeah, he's staying, not leaving probably anytime soon, but certainly sooner than he would have under Paramount. Now, or rather under Warner Brothers without Paramount. What's going to happen to the whole, the Snyderverse? I don't know. That's the thing. James Gunn fans and Zack Snyder fans, very passionate people. There's a lot of misinformation and disinformation and malinformation and all the different formations except the right one. So we'll let you know. But is it possible they green light like Elseworlds movies and let Zack come back to do like his Batman Deathstroke movie? Maybe. But right now there's just no evidence of that other than Zack and everyone else associated with that continuously posting on their Instagrams. But most of this is just wants and wishes. And ironically, that's why James Gunn has failed so badly, is because as a studio lead, he is incapable of separating his own wants and wishes for the shepherding of the baby, basically the DCU that he's trying to build. If he thinks it's cool, it goes. And I don't think he knows what's cool anymore. So yeah, that's it. No, I don't think James Gunn is leaving. I don't think the DCU is out. It's taking care of itself, basically. You could make the argument that Superman eventually made money, but as far as like the zeitgeist and the culture, no. Every AI video I've seen has still been Henry. Every time I just in normal conversation with people that are not in this sphere, when I go, well, what'd you think of Superman? They go, he's kind of like a man-child. He was kind of babyish. I prefer a little more stoic. So I just don't think it resonated, not the way they want. We'll see how Supergirl and Clayface do, and Lanterns. But James Gunn not out immediately, but out a lot sooner than you would think. So we will see. Again, Netflix is out. So barring some, I don't know what would happen to make it not go through. It does, in fact, look like Paramount has won. And while they maybe intend to keep him for the short term, I don't think he's making it much further than the next couple of projects coming out. So let me know what you think about this. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And
well, bye.